What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another War Within video. Hope you're all doing very, very well. I want to talk to you about Delves and the Great Vault today. We're going to focus on that in this video. I just want to talk to you about how relevant Delves are actually going to be when it comes to that outdoor world track that we're going to be getting now as our third line in the Great Vault, loot reward system. It's actually pretty important to understand how relevant delves are going to be for how long, because lots of people are interested in, like, do I have to do delves if I'm a Mythic Plus person? Do I have to do it if I'm a raid person? You know, that kind of thing. And I'm going to talk about that today. There was an interview that WoW did, the WoW team, and I'm going to show you a clip of this in a second with Morgan Day talking about delves, especially the tier 8 delves and how the gear can be relevant from there. I just recorded this video a second ago, and I already opened my Great Vault, and then I realized that I hadn't recorded the entire video for some reason, so I'm doing it again. This is take 2. But, so I've already clicked on my vault, and I got my rewards. Just know the Great Vault track is 3 delves, 6 delves, or 12 delves to get that third extra slot. So my guess is that as you travel into the later parts of the expansion, or even into the mid part of the expansion, you'll probably start doing 6 delves and not all the way to 12 if you're like a Mythic Plus and a raid person. But I do think early on, guys, you're going to want to do all 12 of those delves, because this is the kind of loot that you can expect to see. I've done only tier 3 delves this past week before I open the vault right now on Tuesday. In season 1 of the War Within, you're going to be able to start doing tier 4 delves and above. So the item level that you're going to get is going to be even better than what you're seeing right here. This is the baseline kind of reward that you can expect to see out of delves in the Great Vault track. And yes, I got a tier piece as well. There was actually 2 tier pieces sitting in my vault. I don't know if that's incredibly lucky or something on the beta, but the point is you can get tier pieces out of the Great Vault for your delve row, which is massive. Really, really big deal. And that's going to help to really fill out your tier piece bonuses early on in the season, because you can now do raid. And when you're in the raid, you might get a drop. And then in your Great Vault raid slot, you might get a drop. You can do Mythic Plus. In your Mythic Plus slot, you might get a drop. And now in your delve slot, you might get a drop. So lots of opportunities to get tier pieces in the War Within, which is really awesome. And again, the item level on this is 590. My character, most of our characters walking into the War Within will be around 525 item level if you've played a ton of Dragonflight and you've leveled up your gear, even in season 4. So now walking in to get 590 item level right off the bat, you can see how much of an upgrade that is on my Mythic 4 to 4 tier piece bonus that I'm wearing right now from Dragonflight. So very relevant item level at the very beginning. And again, it's only going to go up as you climb the tiers of the delves and get better and better and better. Now, as Morgan Day has said before, the actual rewards from delve will cap out at tier 8. So in your vault, you're only really going to need to do up to tier 8 delves every week to get the maximum reward possible. If you want to do higher tiers of delve, it's just for the fame and the glory, okay? The item level scaling all the way up to tier 8, Morgan's going to talk about how high the item levels can go.
A couple different aspects of that. For one, the Great Vault, which is something that a lot of our raid and PvP and Mythic Plus players are familiar with, is going to get an outdoor row with the War Within.
So there it is.
The loot that comes from delves, we wanted to make sure that while it was bite-sized content, that doesn't mean it can't be really rewarding, right? So if you're able to, work your way up and defeat level 8, which is where the loot kind of caps out.
That's where it caps out.
Your Great Vault will actually reward you with items that are higher item level than you would get out of like a Mythic Plus 10 end of run chest. So it's really...
Did you hear what he just said? It's going to be higher than a Mythic Plus 10 end of run chest. That Mythic Plus 10 dungeons are like way harder to do. Those are much, much more challenging, I would say, for the average player to do versus just doing tier 8 delves. Now, again, the tier 8 delves are going to be really hard. They're aiming for that to be the case. But just to give you an idea here, your end of dungeon Mythic Plus 10 chest will give you 613 item level. 613. Again, this is 590 for like a tier 4 delve. Up to a tier 8 delve, you're going to be getting 613. Actually, he said above 613 because that's above a mythic plus 10. So very relevant item level gear, and it's going to be, I believe, hero track. He doesn't say it in the video, but I don't think that anything from your delve great vault can go above hero track. It just can't. So if you want to truly get the end game mythic gear from Mythic Raid and then your mythic plus 10s in your great vault, then you're gonna have to do that content. Delves are not gonna do that, but for a vast majority of players for a very long time in this expansion, getting delve rewards at tier 8 with the 6, it's like gonna be like 615 item level and a hero track, that's gonna be very relevant, totally relevant gear there. So all in all, I think this helps to solidify how important delves are actually going to be in the gear kind of ecosystem for your character. If you want the best chance of getting the best gear on your character every single week for probably months, several months, then you're going to need to be doing delves on top of whatever other content you're doing. And in reality, if you wanted to do like a little bit less Mythic Plus, or let's say you never do raid. Let's say you're not a raider. You can just do Mythic Plus and delves, and they will offer relevant gear now, relevant rewards. And that is a sigh of relief, honestly, for me, because I was pretty sure that delves were going to be completely irrelevant after like 2 or 3 weeks into the expansion, and that is absolutely not the case. They are going to be very relevant with the gear that they're giving, not only right away with this 590 at a very low level delve, but also in the late game doing multiple tier 8 delves. You're going to go to your vault and you're going to get a piece of gear that is just as good as if you had done a bunch of mythic plus 10 keys. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Do you want to be doing delves as a part of your kind of gear acquisition? Are you excited about that? So I know some people aren't. I understand that. Again, you could just do Mythic Plus and Raid, but realistically now, I think it's very clear that if you only did those 2 tracks, you would be missing out on the opportunity to get more gear, including more tier set bonuses. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. I will continue to cover more of the War Within. Thank you so much again for watching. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.